Alright, welcome model railroaders. Today I'm going to share how I make my steel plate loads. I've been working on them for the last 3 days, and this right here is what I've come up with. This is cardstock. It's been painted using matches as cribbing and then steel banding. And it looks pretty snazzy. That'll look cool on a flat car load or maybe even a gondola. Probably flat cars though. So I got this one. Just made these today. This is also cardstock. I haven't wrapped these with banding yet. I'll show you how I did it. Pretty easy. Cardstock you can get. I now see why the old timers use cardstock. This stuff's great. You can do simple projects without spending a bunch of coin on it. And it looks pretty good, I guess. So yay for cardstock. Cardstock's a great thing. Here's one that's been banded, one of the big piles of steel plate. A little rusted. It looks pretty good. But this is how I start off. I'll start with a piece of cardstock. You can tell, yeah, this side hasn't been painted. This side has. So what I do, I just take a matchstick and figure out the width of what I need to cut, and then I cut it. It'll fit right on there just like that. I'll show you how I make them here in just a sec. So if you don't own one of these Northwest short line choppers, I would get one. It's a very useful tool. You can crank out wood or styrene really quick, making multiples of each. So I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way. And here we go. I'm just going to make one. I'm not going to make a whole bunch. Just want to show you how I did it. Well, the easy parts that I've learned to do, usually when you get done you always find an easier way to do something, and I found an easier way to do something. So I figured out that holding this, you know, I'd put glue on it and then I'd have to take and finagle with it and turn it and then lay it down on my cardstock. No, not anymore. Got it figured out. I just hold it to the point to where it's going to be dropped on here, and then I just glue it right on there. Perfect. And then just trudge right along, gluing on the bottom here, and then gluing on my cardstock. If I can figure out, there we go. Of course it doesn't want to work when I'm doing it on camera. Oh no, no, it's got to give me a lot of trouble. This is basically it. If you got any cardstock about 2 millimeter, you can make the same exact load. And I always put 2 in the center to hold the slab. Just like that. Then flip it over, and that gives me the top that I need for the next piece of plate. Again, using the same silly method that works very well. Just keep going. This is a rainy day project. You get bored doing other train stuff, you can make loads like this for flat cars or gondolas. These are going to go on flat cars, probably bulkheads and regular flats. Then you got like 6 or 8 roundhouse flat cars. I'm going to fill them up with steel plate because I am modeling a steel mill, and you got to have some kind of product going out. And once you get to this point, I found it easy just to coat the top and glue each one. I like to be very generous with my glue. I don't like stuff to come undone. And then I just stick a steel plate on top. Make sure it's all flat and perfectly good to go. And then move on to the next set of ribbing. Found this glue method right here pretty easy. Just turn it over, slather some glue, figure out where my other cribbing is, and put it directly on top of that. The steel banding I recently found out. Another model railroader was kind enough to share what it actually was, and they sell it on Amazon, eBay, all over the place, so it's pretty easy to come across. It is Chartpak 1/32 chart tape. You can use this. I'll be using this on probably pipe loads next. I'm going to make some pipe loads. Hopefully that'll come out good. Hope so. I don't think that's enough glue. There's number 3. And I have one more, and that is it, and I'm done with this pile. Very easy to do. And once you put the chart tape on there, I think it looks really legit. But if you don't own a Northwest chopper, you can use scissors or a hobby knife. It's just more time consuming, but you can do it. Northwest chopper is just the way to go. Like, there's no playing around. It gets the job done, you move on to your next project. And I'm going to put the last plate on right about now. I painted these plates with Nutmeg. And that is how you make a steel plate load for a flat car or a gondola. There it is right there. That's done. Set that over here, and I always like to use a big weight to push everything down and into place. And that, kids, is basically it. This right here is the stuff. Chart tape, 1/32 chart tape. That's what it looks like. You get a roll for $6-8. This is great stuff. And with that, you can do this. You wrap your loads up, make them look legitimate. Now I found on using cardstock that I had to put a piece of clear tape on the underside of this load. That way this chart tape sticks directly to that, and then I put a piece over it to make sure it doesn't come off. And then I painted, where you take the little crimps and crimp the banding together. It looks pretty legitimate, I think. Grandson thought it was cool. But you can just pump these out whatever size you want, whatever size you need out of cardstock, paint them. I painted these, all of these, a couple of months ago, and then put them in a bag and forgot about them. I knew I was going to return and do this. I just didn't know when, but I knew painting all these would take a while. But that's it. I hope you'll try this. Turns out great. It'll make for a very nice load. I'm out. Bye.